Can't you see it? I have to block the light from coming in my eyes. I was in Mexico. I had that big hat on. I completely blocked the light, you know. Hey, sombrero, you sleeping? Or are you lazy? Or is it the sun that brings you hazy that you don't want to come into this? Or you hang tall. You know, personally, I don't want to shake anybody's hand. For many, many years when I sit, if you don't know me at all, I rather raise my hand. There's a bunch of people talking and I want to talk. And instead of interrupting anybody, I rather raise my hand. Everybody looks at me, what are you raising your hand for? Well, when it's my turn, you'll notice it's me. Instead of me interrupting, you'll interrupt everything else and tell them it's my turn to speak. I raise my hand. When I meet someone, hey, how's it going? I don't want to shake your hand. I bow down. If you don't bow down to me, it's as good a shit as you've ever shaken a soft hand. But what I want to speak about right now is this page over here. Okay, and I'm going to have to put this hat on this over here so I can probably get the page written, right? Okay, so here's the page. And here's the word Jesus. 10, 15. The S's are 19. The U is 21. S is 38. Okay, plus 21 is 48, 58, 59. Just like in De Jesus, right? Thank you, Messer. I really like that you brought that up. Wow, I couldn't believe I missed that. That's very good. That's why we need multi-language. Je means I. Sus, I suck. Okay, J, okay, is the one letter, is the number one. It also says A and I in J. So it says I have. So in Jesus, it equals to 74, correct? J equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1, S equals 19, 1 plus 9 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1, it becomes 1, 5, 1, 3, 1 equals 11, Jesus is 74 and 11, which equals 63 creation, or 85 the silver speed Mercedes matrix, because those are the number results. 151 is Jesus equals 74, Christ equals 77, equals 151. The other thing about 151 is 47 times Christ, the number of 33 creation, okay? 47 times 33 equals to 1551. And 11 times 11 times 11 equals to 1331. Now, since J equals 10, we're going to add on, we're going to go 10, 10, 10. 10, 20, 30, okay? 30 plus 5 and 3 is 38. But instead of adding on the 10, we're going to add on only the value difference between the 1 and the 10, which is 999, equaling to now command and create, creation of the church, 8 heaven, and creation. Remember, 1 and 2, okay, is the on and the off. I'll explain that in a minute, which equates to pi. Okay, now we have 6. Why 6? Because 9 and 1 is 10. Zeros are all equal to 6, so 10 becomes 16. 10 becomes 16. So instead of saying 16, okay, over here, which I did it over here. I'll show you this in a minute. Maybe I'm going to bring the camera down here and see if I get a better light on it. See if I get the better light. Not sure if it's a better light. Is it the better light? Let me see it. Let me fix this camera just so we see this properly. Okay. So what happens is, so instead of going 10, it's 1 and 9 is 10. Instead of going 10, 1 and 0, 0 equals 2. And I'm going to mark that down so you can see it. I'm going to mark it down in red. 10 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. So instead of doing that, 6 and 1 equals to 7. 6 and 1 equals to 7, so I'm going to use 6. 6 and 1, 6 and 1, 6 and 1. So I'll add 18 more, right? 18 plus 11 equals now 29, which is the birth. 29, the low count. Now what we're going to do is 3. Okay, remember, we went to the world of 1, 4, and 7. 1 and 6 is 7. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1. And 1 and 3 is 4. 1, 4, 7. The same way they do this on the calculator. The same day there's 1 month, which is an odd month of 28, 29 days. Cycle of the moon, cycle of the birth of the moon, control of the oceans.
and 4, which is the 4 months of 30 days, which is the month of April, which is the month of June, which is the month of September, and the month of November, right? Which is the month of the second month goes over here. The 4th month goes over here. The 6th month goes over here. The 9th month goes over here, and the 11th month goes over here. The 11th month, 1 and 1 is 2. Now, the 7 months of 31 days, January, March, May, July, August, 2 months in a row, July, August, October, and December, 7 months of 31, 4 months of 30, 1 month. 217 days, 120 days, and 28 or 29 days. Now we come over here to 3. 3 and 1 is 4 or 13, 16 or 7, 13 or 4, 1 or 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3 and 1, 3, 6, 9, add 9 onto 11, we get 20, becomes 26, Venus and Mars, the birth. 6 is a reverse number, so now we added on 3, 6, 9 to all these numbers. So now what we're going to do, I know it's a little small to see, which is not fair. Instead of going now J for Jesus, J10, we're now going to go 0 equals 6. We'll now have 16 here. The 19 in the S, 1 plus 9 is 10. The 0 will now equal 6. 19 is now reverted to 16. 16 and 19 equal 35. Electric company. So in J, S, and U is 16, 16, 16 equals 48. U equals 21, 58, 68, 69, and 5 here is 74. So no matter which way I do this, we come up with the same number. Now we're going to add on 60 because this is the only letter below the 9. E is the only letter. Add on 60. Becomes 134. Becomes the spirit of DC inside Christ. The word point equals 74. The word point is now 29. Jesus becomes the point. They work Jesus as the point. He is the ointment within the point. 36 creation, 74. The on and off in the game of craps where 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 are not relevant in the game. They are on the off. You cannot get on to the game with those numbers. They will not count in the game unless you make a side bet. On equals 14 and 15, 5 and 6, 3.1415, 9265. Off equals 15, 6, 6. 15 is 6, 6, 6, 6 is off. On equals 2, 5 and 6. So when you're on 5 and 6, and 5 and 6 is runner of the red sun. Now here we have 3.14, and it is the O word. U equals to 126. Okay, I think that was gematria, the Hebrew gematria, if I remember. Gematria U6, Pythagorean in numbers, U is 3, Chaldean is 6, Jewish gematria is 200, and U equals 21. INR equals to 89, but in Chaldean, it becomes 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 becomes 7 and 10. 1 and 2 becomes not at 2 it becomes 7 and 10. They both become 7 and 10. 2 minus, 1 minus. 2 plus, 1 plus. 7 and 10. 17, they both rate for the queen. Begin at 4. We begin at 4. 1 and 2 equals 3. 1 and 1 equals 2. 65 and 66, 131, 11 times 11 times 11. We don't begin, and we can't begin. We can't begin with Christ. Love is a number, 36, 64, 45, 5 and 4 is 9, 36. The only way we can begin is these are the only 9s and 9 11s that are created in a dice. You cannot do 2 in a dice unless you're working with the ghost. The only way to do this in a dice, working with the ghost, is to make 2 and 7 for a 9, right? Here's your 2 and 7. Your 7 comes up here. Right? In your 2 comes up over here. Your 3 comes up over here. Your DC is already in the word. Here's your 1, here's your 2, inside 5 and 6. Father is inside O and E. When the dove flew for Noah, A and I is 10. J and R is 28. S and Z is 45. 1 and U, 821. Go, 715. Why? H and U, Hugo. Hugo. 8 for H, 21 first letter, 168 the week. Go, the hand of God. 15 and 7, 22 for life, 29 for birth. Hugo. O and U is the coming into this world. These are the only offset numbers. They equal 36. They're only the offset numbers, 21 and 15. They're offset numbers because it's only A and E coming into this world, and the I is the bringer of the A. The I brings the A, and it is shown to you in the game of pool where 1 is also 9, because there's 9 areas in here. There's 9 areas, it shows up in here. And 10 shows up in here because it's 1 and 0. 9 shows up in here because it's 8 white ghosts plus 1. 9 shows up everywhere. The gateway to the second world. Mohammed. Bam, 13, 14, 18. Resident angel, birth of Hugh. The Hugh is the light of Christ. Mo is 28, which is the cycle that is run. Hugh is the light. Above and below is the beaver. 10, 26 equals 36 plus 6 is 42. 9 lives of the cat. I can't do this one. I don't remember where it comes from. Number 1, number 2, and number 6. What is special about these two is that 6 meets 8. 8 is the ghost inside 1. 52 and 34 is your 86. 9 lives of the cat that creates this, and the 9 lives of the cat is the tail in the air with the ears up, so that states for communication. 2 is the birth and the connection between the Christ. And it all has to do with you, and you. You, this is how you is presented. You is 21, so it all comes from the Father. 1 and 2, and the opposition of this is 56. 6 and 1 is 7. 6 and 1 is 7. 52 and 34 is 86. 58 and 34 is 92. 58 becomes 110, 2 and 6. Again, Venus inside Saturn. 110, 110 stories, because the 110 volt that gets plugged in. I think there's one more piece on here. I'm not sure. No, I think we're going to leave it for now. I had another piece. This is another piece in time. Here's a strawberry or diamond on one corner, or diamond on the other corner. This is actually square. When you cut it off, you now have the crown, the king's crown. Now, I don't want to get into this because other people are going to understand a lot more differences. They say this looks like the face of a cat. Look at the way this star goes in, from whisker to whisker, from eye to eye, and the 5 star gets plugged in. So I always thought the 5 star was ugly. I'm not sure about the 6 star. It's between the 5 and the 6 star, but we must remember that the F letter consists beginning with 5 inside of it. That is the E world. 5, 55, okay, 65 plus 66 equals to 131. And what is that? 5 becomes 65 and 6 becomes 66. Now, if you want to do it the other way, instead of 5, we're going to do 56 plus 66, and we're going to have 122. And that's 1/3 of creation, 212, or 10 times 10 is 100, and equals to 212 Fahrenheit if we're working from Celsius, C3, to Fahrenheit, F6. F becomes 11, C becomes 8, because of the letter sound values from the E world before and after the C, and the F in the E world before and after the F as a consonant number calculation. So it's all up to how we sit down in a group, what we're going to go over and write down, and as we decipher, we put pieces and parts in areas. That's all we do. We don't say this is this and this can't be this. It could be whatever you think. If somebody matches it, you put it somewhere. Miscellaneous, pick it up. I remember somebody sits in the miscellaneous group. I heard you say that. We get it out. We match it. We move it to an area until we find it. And then somebody says, well, what are we doing this whole thing for? Raphael, 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. By the light.